Welcome back everybody to the Bros of Decay. We are now making our way to an abandoned castle. We were trying to get inside, but there's lots of fences around it. But inside of this castle there should be a full library left behind, and the architecture of it should be amazing. Have no history of it, but we're gonna try to figure that out together inside of the place. Okay, we're gonna have a look at the castle, see if it's still possible. This looks pretty neat actually. That's the castle itself. There is a car over there, but looks like it hasn't been used in a while. So I think it's safe to explore this place. See, this place is totally abandoned. You can see it from the outside. And there is a car over there with a license plate, but it hasn't been used in a long time. So I think it's safe to explore this place. So this is the property itself. We have the castle here to the left. This should probably be pretty empty, but the architecture inside should be still nice. But over here, where we are going first, this is a library inside of a tower. If it's open, this is going to be an epic exploration. Look at this tower. Doesn't it look majestic? Wow, what a property. Wow, look at this, where we are entering into. Unbelievable. And I think this stairway over here leads up to the library itself. Wow, we're now inside of that tower. I just whipped out the big camera, ready to film this place. We're gonna start off here, downstairs. This looks like some sort of a storage area, just beneath the library itself. And yes, this is probably to fix up the castle that we just saw. There's lots of working tools here. This looks quite interesting. There's maps from the village that we're in. Here we got a desk, a working bench with lots of tools. Wow, look at all the spider webs covering the windows of this place. Isn't that just insane? These look like copper window sills or window holders. Look pretty French. Okay, a painting stand we got over here. So probably the owners were also very creative. Oh, look at this. On this little table over here, there's looks like a World War II gas mask or something like that. And some, huh? What are these? They look like old school dumbbells. Wow, I can do some workouts in this place. That's crazy. Lots of art pieces on the wall as well. This looks like a representation of Jesus and Mary here on the wall. It's some sort of a cloth. It's not a painting. It's not painted onto the wall. It's some sort of a cloth. So, and there are many more here on this table. That's interesting. Maybe they had to do something with making art or something like that. Also lots of glassware. Oh, this looks like glassware from a laboratory or something like that. It's very interesting. I always try to figure out the story of the places that I'm inside by the items that have been left behind. Vive la France. This is some sort of a certificate. I'm not really that good at French, so I can't read it for you. But people who speak French can probably translate it. And if you want to put it in the comment section, then you are a hero for me. This looks like another war. No, this is some sort of something from the army, probably not from the war times. Wow. And what I just noticed as well is there are some upholstery chairs down here. As you can see, 1, 2 upholstery chairs. This cabinet over here also piques my interest. You can see the snake design. This looks like a medical design. And I'm more and more wondering that these people probably were pharmacists or something like this. You can see this is a sign in Europe from pharmacy. You see snakes. Wow, this opens up and reveals a storage area for tools and for the power. Interesting, very interesting. On the table here there are even more flasks and vials to store different kinds of liquids, I think. Yeah, these people probably had to do something with pharmacy. I'm pretty sure about that. This is a big bottle to store distilled water. Okay, and I think it's now time to head up there and look at that magnificent library that you saw in the intro. Okay, let's go up here. Pretty excited to see it. I've been waiting to come to this location for such a long time. And look at it. It's even more beautiful in person. A true castle library. Wow. Let's film this place because it's pretty interesting. And I'm already looking at this cabinet over here, which in the first place is beautifully designed. But I really assume that this used to belong, or that this was some sort of a pharmacy house, people who produced medicine or something like that. Because it says here, colors dangerous for children, colors dangerous for, I'm not sure exactly, I'm not really that good in French, but it's something about dangerous colors or something like that. So it's quite interesting. We got already a device over here where I have no clue what this thing was used for. Wow, very interesting device. I think we can open it up like this. Yeah, look at this. And it also has a little turning knob over here. Wow, it has a spring in there so you can turn it. I think it's to crush something, but I'm not 100% sure what it was used for. Wow. Lots of bookcases here to the side. In this cabinet, as you can see, this looks like a microscope. Wow. Some sort of a microscope. At first thought it was a projector. These are French dictionaries. There's another more French dictionaries. And here we see some medicine bottle coming back. Medicine bottles. And let's see what we can see on the bottles. Mercury. Mercury. This is mercury. Look at this. And it's still full. Yes, there's still mercury inside of there. Wow. Let's close this up. More books about different topics. Wow. Collection de Coeur. Some sort of a mixing device. Definitely what I told you, a pharmacy. Definitely for making medicine. Wow. I really like the style of these books. I will close these cabinets later on. I really like the style of these books that are in here. Have a look at this. Pretty thick books. In the middle of the library here, we also have a desk, probably to work at, make medicine and stuff like that. And in the middle of the desk, there's also some sort of a war helmet. And this looks like a First World War helmet. The initials RF are on there, so if anybody knows again, just let me know. Some art books. Wow. I see some sort of a Chinese vase inside of this cabinet. Oh, and it's completely broken. As you can see, somebody put it back together. Wow, that's incredible. I see these drawers still hold artifacts. Wow, I'm really intrigued by this one. Let me pick this one out. This looks like some sort of a map for drawings. Let me put it on the table over here and show you what's inside of there. I just found this map. Let's open it up. Wow, what's inside of here? Have a look at this. It's a collection of different kinds of snippets. See a young lady with a puppy. It looks like some sort of a collection of different artifacts in here. Wow. These look like dead notes. Oh my gosh. Sexy. It's always pretty interesting what you can find inside of these abandoned buildings. Oh, look at these drawings. Amazing drawings in this book. Yeah, it's completely filled with those drawings. Let's put it back. After that very interesting find, let's go further and see what we can find even more. Aha! This looks like a precision scale for pharmacy because all the measurements needed to be very exact. And then they used a scale that's not interfered by any air and any other elements from the outside. See, it's completely enclosed in a glass box like that. More of those files that we also saw downstairs. See, like I told you in the beginning, you can really figure out what a place holds by going through it and looking at the different artifacts that are inside. Wow. Okay, look at this. On this cabinet, there were descriptions that said couleur est dangereux pour l'enfant. That's colors are dangerous for children. And in this cabinet over here, we find different types of colors coming back. So like jaune, orange, these are colors that they probably also used for something, but I'm not 100% sure what it was used for. Up there we got a certificate from 1957 for, I can't really read the name there. Okay, well, it's probably a certificate for probably making medicine. I'm just assuming here, but what an amazing place. Okay, this downstairs here was already pretty incredible. So there's also still a stairway leading up to the top of this tower. So let's head up there right now and maybe we discover something else. Oh, let's have a look. Wow, a little top view from the library here. Look at all the bookcases. That's just amazing. This must have been a very special place where important things happened back in the day. Oh, wow. This is some sort of an ancient attic. Look at this. There's some sort of a, it looks like an Indian carpet, because Indian carpets always have these little mirrors in them. They're all braided with gold. So that's a very typical for an Indian carpet. Some sort of a crane over here to hoist some things up to this attic. It probably leads down to the downstairs floors, maybe to bring up the books or something like that. This attic looks pretty crazy. Look at this, there's some sort of a gym over here. So he had like a bench for pressing weights and there are weights beside it. Look at this. An old school gym. Wow. Lots of quirky furniture. I really love this attic. What's this? Looks like a big rock or something like it. Oh no, it's rubber. Or you can press it. It looked like a rock, but it's not. Then we got this antique table over here as well. Look at this piece. Wow, beautiful design. Lots of plants, very typical for France. And then the roof of this attic is also pretty incredible, with these wooden beams. And in the middle of it, they had some sort of a plant pot hanging here, as you can see. Wow. Okay, that was this tower over here with the library and this upstairs. And now it's time to go take a look at the castle. I hope it's open because lots of people told me that it's not open. But let's try it out and see if we can get inside of there. Pretty excited for it. This was already so incredible. Let's head over there right now. This was the big main entrance gate of the place over here. As you can see, it's at least 6 meters high. I can't really give you a perspective of it. Then we have the tower that we just went inside. And over here we're walking towards the castle itself, where the people that had the pharmacy probably, or a pharmacy factory, or I don't really know what they owned. This was their castle. Wow, there's a car on the property over here, a French car. It's pretty crazy. People say that the castle is empty, so we're gonna have a look. But from the outside it already looks pretty incredible. Wow. You can see an amazing staircase inside. Look at this. I hope you can see that. Looks like a wonderful place to live in. It's less closed. Okay, unfortunately, the castle behind me, I couldn't find any way inside of the place. So yeah, we can't look in there, but I showed you a pretty magnificent library and all these medicine things, probably for pharmacy left behind in there. Lots of history. One last glance at the place itself, and over there we have the tower. And with that all being said, I'm gonna end the video over here. I'm gonna thank you very much for watching this week's video. Please comment down there what you think about it, like the video, and also support us on Patreon. This makes these trips possible. You can see this because of Patreon and the people that support me over there. So if you want that, please go down there. I will see you next week like always, and bye bye guys. I love you very, very much.